I don't understand what they do.
We're going down tomorrow. We'll get for Thanksgiving, then come back. South Carolina? Yeah, South Carolina.
What your future holdings are, or plans are.
You want to know my future plans?
I'm gonna dictate your future plans. You have some cleaning responsibilities at the jail, don't you?
Sure, we always could use some extra.
Think I would qualify for that?
We can try them out for a little while.
With the Wabash, probably doesn't qualify.
That's fine.
Okay, let's call to order the November 24th meeting of the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners. Let the records indicate that all three commissioners are present. If you would and can, if you'd stand for a pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is to approve the executive session memoranda of November 24th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of November the 10th of 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Request for qualification, RFQ request for proposals, opening consultant services for establishment of community land trusts, Hamilton County Plan Commission.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I have a few, 3 solicitations that were due today. So the first one I'm going to go through is the consultant services for the establishment of a community land trust. So the first statement of qualifications that we received in response to that RFQ is from Dale and Eek. And I have their SOQ and their E-Verify affidavit and non-collusion affidavit. The next statement of qualifications is from Grounded Solutions Network. I have their SOQ, their non-collusion affidavit, and their E-Verify affidavit. The third SOQ is from Nelson and Frankenberger. I have their SOQ, their non-collusion affidavit, and their E-Verify affidavit. I believe that's all the statement of qualifications that we've received for that RFQ. At this time, I would recommend that this go back to the Planning Commission for review, and they can make a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners at our next meeting.
I don't think it's plan, isn't the child care,
It shouldn't be Plan Commission.
it's the child care advisory group,
Yeah.
This was for the Community Land Trust, Commissioner.
correct? Oh, I'm sorry.
Community Land Trust.
You're right.
Okay, yes.
Okay, thank you. The
Wait a second,
next,
is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second, but I
Send it
assume
to
that
the Land Trust.
CJ's going to work with the people that we've been working with
yes, ma'am.
on the review process. Okay. that's
All in
fine.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. The next RFQ is the architectural design services for the child care facility. The first statement of qualifications that I have here is from Senga Architects. I have their SOQ, as well as their non-collusion affidavit and their E-Verify affidavit. Next, we have an SOQ from Halstead Architects. Got their SOQ, their E-Verify affidavit, and their non-collusion affidavit. This is an SOQ from Blackline. We've got the SOQ, the non-collusion affidavit, and E-Verify affidavit all present. This SOQ is from Tower Pinkster. We have their statement of qualifications, as well as their E-Verify affidavit and their non-collusion affidavit. This SOQ is from MTM. And they have included their non-collusion affidavit, as well as their E-Verify affidavits. This SOQ is from Lancer Associates. And they have included their non-collusion affidavit and their E-Verify. This SOQ is from Ratio. And they've included their E-Verify affidavit and their non-collusion affidavit. And finally, we have an SOQ from VPS Architecture. And they've included their non-collusion affidavit, as well as their E-Verify affidavit. I believe that's all the responses we've received in response to the Architect Design Services RFQ, and at this time I would recommend that we send this off to the evaluation committee that's been reviewing the child care provider information for review, and then to make recommendation to the commissioners at the
So
next
moved.
meeting.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. The last solicitation I have for you is a response for the Construction Manager as Constructor Services RFP. This proposal is from Skinder. And they have included their non-collusion affidavit and E-Verify affidavit. And I believe that's all that we have received for that RFP, and I would recommend that we send this back to Buildings and Grounds for Mr. Steve Wood to make recommendations to the commissioners at the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Joel, is that for the highway one? Or you have the mic?
Okay, next item on the agenda is the bid opening, replacement plans for Bridge 225 Atlantic Road over Stony Creek in Wayne Township.
First bid packet is from Pontum Contractors on Rockville Road in Indianapolis. Their Form 96 bid bond, non-collusion affidavit, and financial statements are all included. They acknowledge receipt of the addendum. Their bid, $1,070,154.
What company was that, Mike?
Pontum, P-O-N-T-E-M Contractors. The next bid packet is from Hoosier Pride Excavating. They acknowledge receipt of the addendum. Their bid bond. Financial statements. Looking for the Form 96. Their bid, Form 96, is not apparent, have highway review it. Their bid is $992,838.76. The next bid packet is from Duncan Robertson. They acknowledge receipt of the addendum, their bid bond, non-collusion affidavit, Form 96, and financial statements are all included. Their bid, $1,064,315.30. The next bid packet is from HIS Constructors Incorporated from Fairland, Indiana. Their Form 96, acknowledgement of addendum, bid bond, non-collusion affidavit, and financial statements are included. Their bid, $957,102.99. Appears to be all the bids, is that right, Joel? Appears to be all the bids on this project. Recommend being referred to Highway for review and recommendation
Later today.
later today.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Mike. Highway Department. Joel Thurman.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just have one item for you today. This is just an FYI item. This is for appraisal fee request results for a small structure we're replacing. As normal, Tim goes out and gets appraisal requests. We solicited 3 requests. We got 2 responses. Valuation Services was the low response, and that's who we're going to work with.
That's fine, they were really close.
Yeah,
They're like $50 difference.
yeah.
Do we still need to vote on that?
I don't believe you
I
do,
don't
it's just
think we
a
need
more
to
information.
FYI.
Yeah.
That's all I have. We'll bring the bridge bid back later in the meeting. And Brad,
Nothing else additional this time?
Great, thank you.
Well, that made things go fast.
Yeah.
Under extension, Susan Peterson, Lisa Henny.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, we're here to get the rental rates set, hopefully for the 2026 for the facilities at the fairgrounds. Hopefully, you were able to see, we put together a little shortened version this year of the rental report. We're pleased with actually the funds we were able to capture in 2025 with the 5-month closure, as much of the facilities as we're doing the improvements. So appreciate all the improvements and lots of discussion at the Fairgrounds Buildings and Grounds meeting. You'll notice that also is attached. Should be the back of the second page and the third page. You can see the percentage of increases that we have there, increases in red, and we'll entertain questions that you have.
How did you verify these? Did you call different rental places?
We have, we have, reports back from tourism that we have used in comparisons, for, other fairground facility as well as other event facilities around the county, and then the donut, the greater Indianapolis area. And then we looked also at, looking at the percentage of increase. A lot of our discussion was, what that market might be, as well as, then also looking at, is it still somewhat affordable for community events? And so that's how we came to the balance. Kathy Williams is on this committee as well. She did send the information. We've had discussion with Karen back and forth, but not on the final things. We haven't heard back from Karen from tourism.
Well, I
Karen
understand
Ratcliffe.
you need to have the rates to get started, but let's just look at these as temporary till we get back with tourism, because they're gonna have the most current information on the venues that are competitive.
Yes.
So.
And we know that we know that if you look at a lot of the venues, like the, rental venues throughout, they're not at the same cost. They're not at the same price. As, not to name names, but we know all, those around the county, for wedding venues and such. So it's kind of that balance.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the pavilion since it's brand new and all the
Exactly.
improvements we put at the Llama Bar. I just want to make sure, to the extent that they're available, we are competitive and we're charging what we should charge.
Well,
Absolutely.
I understand your concern, Christine, but I'm sure you're probably running out of time, aren't
No,
you?
that's what I'm saying, let's just put these in
No.
place
For next year.
for
Yeah.
next year,
Yeah.
so they can quote prices.
Okay.
But if they haven't committed and we find out we're underpriced or overpriced, then we can adjust after that. I don't want to tie your hands, because I want to get those in there, and if people are smart and they think we're underpriced, they ought to book now.
Exactly. Well, we appreciate that. Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Kathy?
Can I just add something? The committee struggled because between the, making it a facility that people can utilize and comparing it to Mustard Seed or Rich Charles or whatever. And I think we really need some guidance from you all, what direction you want us to do. But I really appreciate this, that we just start with these numbers and see how we.
Yes, we'll see how it goes, and then, let's compare it to the others. Because you've got big plans out there, big plans cost money. So let's make sure we're trying to generate what we can generate to help get the other improvements in. And it's kind of like proof of concept. more than anything, to help convince council, this is a good investment.
Absolutely.
Okay?
So should we plan to come back to visit with you like after the first of the year?
Well, can you
or
work
when
with,
it's-
I just want you to work with tourism and
Absolutely.
get the comparisons maybe for us to look at. And I'm happy
Sure.
to work directly if these guys don't, to see at least where we are in the market.
Absolutely.
And then you've got the competing interests of the people in the community you've always worked with. So we're gonna have to figure that one out.
Thank you.
Let's call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hamilton County Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs, Monica Guerrero.
I just love that name. That's how you say it.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I have proposed my 2026 meal expense for approval.
What kind of meetings are these?
So these are the Traffic Safety Partnership. We have our Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs meetings and the board meetings for the Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs.
Well, I don't know, do we generally provide food for standing committees? Have you always done this?
Yes, and it's a separate fund. When these funds run out, it will be BYOB.
Okay, it's kind of a slippery slope on standing meetings when we're providing food.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Aye.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Jason Lemaster, Hamilton County Health Department.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. A few items on the agenda for you today. The first item I have is our 2026 Health First Hamilton County sub-granting agreements that we would like to do for 2026. This year, we have six. 5 of those 6 came through the nonprofit committee review program, and those were looked at, reviewed, and fit in the core public health services that we can do. One, I don't know how much detail you'd like for me to read off, but one will be Trinity Free Clinic, Harvest Food Bank, Heart and Soul Clinic, Tudor Organic Farms, the feeding team, and the Hamilton County Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs.
And just to verify, feeding team, we do have a standing conflict of interest filed on that from Mr. Hall?
Yes, after
Okay, thank you.
was asked, and we did the research and worked with the county attorney to find that information out. It is on
Okay.
file.
Is there a motion?
One of the items that we have to do with the state of Indiana to use our Health First funding that comes into Hamilton County is to have the executive leadership to sign off on our grant agreements with us. So that's why I was bringing these to your attention today, and hopefully your approval to proceed with providing this funding to these 6 entities.
So moved. You're not going to support it?
No.
Second. Discussion. Mark, what's your objection?
I just don't like the way the perception looks, even though there is a conflict of interest with the feeding teams. They do a great job. I just, from a perception standpoint, I just don't think it looks good.
And we did cut out in the other grants, are there any other food programs that we're funding?
Harvest Food Bank, and actually both of these in the food related and food insecurities don't involve direct purchases of food. They're to build infrastructure. We did work or consult with the feeding team on their application of the nonprofit, which included food, and basically asked them to send us an amendment to where it was only going to be building infrastructure. We're going to build some of the pantry units that are dispersed around the county, and that was to provide 10. Their original request was for $15,000, and it's about $800 to $1,000 to produce produce the pantry units. So our fee amount for them was only gonna be $10,000, so it wasn't their full request either.
And what is the amount of this one?
The amount of this one for the feeding team is $10,000 is what we would be providing.
Well, we can approve it as motioned, or we could remove that if you feel strongly.
I was very clear when we were in the committee meeting that of my thoughts on it. Please don't get me wrong. I think what they do is I think they do a great job in our community. I don't like the perception of having an elected official that is running this organization, get that organization. I just funded. I just, it doesn't feel right to me. So it's not that they don't do a good job, because they do a great job out in the community, and I support what they do. I just was very clear in that committee that I didn't think that it felt right, and I think the perception of it doesn't look good in our community when government is approving something like that with an elected official, even though they do sign a conflict of interest. That's it.
Okay, I respect that.
You withdraw your motion?
I do.
I withdraw my second. Is there another motion?
I would make a motion to approve everything except for the feeding teams on there. That would be my recommendation.
Well, I want to move them forward, so I'll second that.
Yeah.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. The second item I have on the agenda is kind of a request to close the health department for temporary for our office to be able to do our annual staff meeting and in-service training. We usually kind of combine that with lunch, and we typically do that in December. Kind of works out for us. I was hoping to be able to close the office on December the 17th from 11:30 to 2 p.m. with your permission.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
category purple.
What's that?
Well, the category was purple. I was just kind of curious why it's category purple.
That's one of my notes.
Oh, sorry, I printed in black and white, so I don't see purple. And the last item I have for you today as well is we've been working over this last probably year to 2 years. Well, actually, we've got it online this year with Computronics, our vendor that provides our data, a lot of our database systems and our permitting systems, and we've been moving those out to online, and we'd like to take the next step and use some of our grant funds that we have to be able to move this coming year, move our online body art permits and our commercial pool permits out to online services. So that way they can make applications online, make their fees online, and do the renewals online. Had pretty good success with it this year in our foods, and that was the first step into moving towards this. We do have the funding in place, but the overall project that was quoted to us is about $280,000, and we do have that funding and grant money available right now to be able to proceed with this project.
I assume it'll translate into reduced staff time.
Yes, actually, it's helped out a lot, particularly with the ability for the facilities themselves to be able to manage their accounts online, make those payments online, and help speed that process up. So
Okay.
I actually hope we'll
Second.
take a little more advantage of it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Jason, are you still giving flu shots out there?
Yes, we are.
When?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
What are you
I
asking
knew
for,
I
the
should have
flu
had it
shot?
with me because that was not what I
Mondays.
prepared for.
It's
Still-
Mondays. You advertise Mondays
I
are for
think
employees.
Mondays, and then of course Tuesdays and Thursdays with our regular clinics as well.
Yeah, you want to get in that one?
Yeah.
Mondays are much nicer.
It's not too bad of a time, good
Today's
time.
Monday and I can't make it, but I'll be there probably tomorrow.
All right, I'll let them know. It's still a good time of year to get it done.
That's right, well, we've got 2
Thank you.
weeks, so when I sneeze on
Because
you.
I'm afraid Christine's gonna give me some disease up here and I've got to get a flu shot.
Don't give me incentive.
He Human Resource, Sheena Rando.
Good afternoon.
And Brooke.
First request today is for the renewal of our Anthem Medicare Advantage program for 2026. We have 131 members enrolled. The total annual premium will be $689,888. And the benefit structure did not change. We did have our meetings with retirees, and we recorded the sessions this last week, so everyone is well aware of the offerings, and the renewals have went pretty smoothly.
Very good. Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. My second request is approval for meal authorization. I have an HR forum that consists of my office, the city entities within Hamilton County, Riverview Health, and our HR director for the Indianapolis Airport. And so we try to meet quarterly, and we take turns hosting, and it's my turn to host. So I would like authorization to provide food for the luncheon, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Court Administrator Joe Acton.
Hello.
Hello.
We have a group of the annual public defender contracts for 2026.
So moved.
Second, that's what the spreadsheet is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Of course, it's so little you can't see it, but. Discussion,
Not the bottom one?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is ISS, Chris Mertens.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Two items. The first one is a large Wi-Fi upgrade project at the Sheriff's Office complex.
gotta be kidding me.
So that equipment, we've already processed the wiring, additional wiring that needs to be done. This is for the actual hardware.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The other item is the implementation of OnBase. This is a change order just to extend the support for that. We had Workday changed an API just to cause that project to go a little bit longer. This extends support for that implementation through December.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Wait,
carries.
wait, before you leave. We took a trip. It was a whirlwind
Yeah.
tour of New York. It lasted like 13 hours,
Yeah.
but anyway. We also looked at the low voltage concept on construction. Could you get with Steve Wood and talk about that in terms of feasibility for some of our county projects? I mean, it was Cisco that presented to us with the multiple different options. And they were touting savings on copper and all the other stuff. And I don't know from a maintenance standpoint or design standpoint whether it's a good idea or a bad idea or too early to decide.
Yeah,
But I think we ought to be looking at that.
We can, I can bring in those same resources we had before. I think they talked with Mike and, on that, you were on that meeting, and have them present it again. I don't know a lot about it. I understand the data that can be gathered from that, but I don't know the impacts of what it means to maintain a building.
Right,
in
that's,
that
it
sense.
sounded cool and it
Yeah.
looked cool, but it may be a nightmare and I'd like to know before we spend.
Well, it
money.
was impressive, and there was a significant savings that I think that we should definitely look at. And also, there was some energy efficiency concepts that we saw as well when we were on that, in that seminar, that I thought was pretty interesting. So,
Yeah, and the video too, I think you wanted to circle back on the video, so I'll try to get the resources around the security video as well, so for building security.
Yeah.
And we can take a look at that. And we do have, conference room 1A has been installed with the new equipment. January, we'll start here in this room to upgrade the equipment in here, to do
Great.
some of the cool stuff we saw there too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. Commissioner committee reports.
I have none,
We did.
although we've done a lot.
Really. We did have a JRAC meeting last week and have something on the agenda to consider from that. And then our Cisco trip. We enjoyed New York so much because we were there forever.
Well, they have a new mayor. I hope you enjoyed it.
Things, we got in and out very quickly.
Anything else?
Nope.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I have three memorandum of understandings regarding first due. Andrew Upchurch, my office, can give a quick description of what they are, but it's one with the city of Carmel, the city of Noblesville, the city of Westfield. This town of Cicero has already signed, and we've executed that one, so this is just three more. Andrew, you want to provide a quick 15-second pitch on what the first due is providing services for?
Sure, yes. So First Due is software that the fire departments use for reporting as well as planning for some of their, when they're responding to a fire. So the cities have requested that we continue to pay for that in the upcoming year, and this memorandum of understanding is just going to govern that agreement.
And it also outlines some of the risk associated with
Correct.
using that software, which I think are potentially material.
Yes, because we use Tyler Technologies, and they partner with Emergency Networking, so I don't believe it's our first choice, if I'm saying that correctly, Commissioners. But it is able to interface decently well enough that we can make it work, but this does memorialize the cities that they understand that that is part of the agreement, and they're taking on the responsibility for any communication with the CAD system of their information.
Okay.
So with that, if you don't mind, Commissioners, we could probably, it might be best to approve all of them individually since they're all three separate entities. So it'd just be the city of Carmel, the city of Noblesville, and the city of Westfield.
I move to approve the City of Carmel's MOU.
Second?
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And I move to approve the City of Westfield.
Westfield's one, yes.
Westfield.
Second?
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Is it Cicero or Noblesville?
Cicero's already been executed.
Okay, move to approve the Noblesville MOU.
Second?
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners. The next item is the one that Commissioner Altman referred to from the JRAC. It is ordinance number 11-25-2025-A, an ordinance of Hamilton County Board of Commissioners establishing the Hamilton County Public Defender Board, as well as the power and duties of the Hamilton County Public Defender Board. Andrew Upchurch also can provide a quick explanation of the ordinance and what is outlined in the ordinance.
Yes, so the JRAC committee have recommended that we consider this ordinance. Basically, what the ordinance would do would establish a board that would then come up with a comprehensive plan. And then based on that comprehensive plan, if it's adopted, this could provide a system moving forward for public defender services and could potentially allow us to apply for reimbursement of some of those costs.
It's not, just forming the board is not a foregone conclusion that we will move from the current public defender contracts, but it's a necessary step to position ourselves for reimbursement and determining appropriate pauper counsel.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can withdraw it basically at any time.
Commissioner, that's correct. You can withdraw the ordinance anytime. You can also adopt it, and then nothing could come of it, too. There's no statutory requirement that once this is adopted and the council or the Public Defender Board is created, that any action doesn't even have to take place at any point in time. I will say, too, Commissioner Altman, you may know better, but I think 60 of the other 92 counties have adopted this and have
Correct.
some variation of it. And I know that Hamilton County is unique, but I believe all the donut counties, which are probably our closest similarities, have also adopted this too. So this is something that has been practiced by small counties, large counties, north, south, everyone. So with that, Commissioners, you can, with it being an ordinance, there is no fine or penalty imposed on it. So you can adopt it on first reading if you want to waive the rules. or we could bring it back in a month from now.
Yeah,
Since
it's,
there's no
it's
fine,
just
adopt it on the
follows
first-
the statute, quite honestly. You did a good job, Andrew, but it wasn't too creative. So I
I'll
would
tell
move
people that,
to,
otherwise we'll lose our, yeah.
I'd move to waive the rules and adopt it on first reading.
Second.
And for the, okay, let's go ahead and decide that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Then I'd move to adopt the ordinance today, with the understanding of the stature of the ordinance. But again, assure that there are no foregone conclusions. The good thing is, we have several attorneys on the JRAC board. They'll be instrumental in guiding the process, and that's exactly what the JRAC board is for.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners. The next item I have is for the Hamilton County Regional Utility District, the US 31 Infrastructure Project. It is Phase 3 of the utility extension for it. It's essentially water and sewer services heading east. As I believe last time, there were 3 offers that submitted proposals. The scoring committee, which was Anna Schuler, Dan Stevens, and Mike Hubbs as voting members, with myself, CJ Taylor, Steve Wood, and Adam Wolfond as advisors. And we switched it up so that the same people that voted for the first one would not be voting for the second one too, so that there'd be no biases against it. The scores are as follows. Atlas Excavating scored 215 out of 300. F.A. Wilhelm Construction scored 235 out of 300. And Reynolds Construction scored 293 out of 300. So the review committee would recommend entering into a scoping period with Reynolds Construction and come back to you at a future date with a guaranteed max price and a BOT agreement, just as we did on phases 1 and 2. The council has provided funding for the design and the right-of-way acquisition for this, just waiting on what the guaranteed max price would be. We'd have a follow-up conversation with them. So with your approval, or I would request you guys approve entering in the scoping period with Reynolds Construction based upon the scoring committee's recommendation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. The last item there is for another part of the utility project. Marty Wessler's here, I believe. Going to provide just a brief update on the project heading south on Dunbar Road. Is that correct?
Good afternoon.
Marty?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Marty Wessler Engineering. Good afternoon. With matters pertaining to Phase 4, which is the Dunbar Road South extension, we have been completing the design. We're up to the 30% design completion. However, in meetings with the developer and with Steve Wood, the developer has run into some snags, and we have also reached a point where we need some further direction to move forward at this point, and we can't, because the utilities are planned to run outside of the future right-of-way of Dunbar Road, and with those 2 phases being a little bit not settled yet, we really don't think it's wise to move forward, and Steve doesn't think it's wise for us to move forward with this until we have that lined out and the developer has everything lined out with acquiring the easements necessary, because we want to place the easements behind the future right-of-way line. They have several options that they're looking at right now, and in the interim, they are applying for approval to open next year at a limited capacity with drilling their own wells, and then also doing temporary sewage building if that meets with all the permits. So until that point, until we're at a point where we can proceed with design, we're just requesting that you place our project on hold until it's suitable for us to pick up the pens and keep going.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
So the various steps we'll take in the future on the whole project, I mean, if they've drilled their lines for water and they're gonna pump and haul, is it still prudent to move down with that line?
Yes, because they have committed to purchasing water and being a customer.
Okay, okay.
Did they give you any time frame that they were looking at in regards to easements?
The easements, they are continuing to talk with the landowners out there, and
That's not
providing
something, yeah, we don't,
difficult.
yeah,
Okay.
that's not,
So that's all privately going
yes,
to
that's
be
not
acquired.
our project, not our stuff, yeah, it's not our.
Understand.
But they'll be assigned to us.
Yes.
Eventually, fit it, yeah.
Thank you. You need to
All in
make-
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That is all, thank you.
Director of Administration.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Just a few items this afternoon. First one, introducing for your review, approval, and signature, an event application request on behalf of the Noblesville Creates organization. They're requesting permission to use the courthouse square for an art fair in conjunction with the holiday light parade on December 6th of 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item number 2, introducing for your review, approval, and signature, a request to dispose of 4 transportation buses assigned to Janus Development Services Incorporated. If you approve this request, these vehicles will be entered into sale. They have high mileage, 167,113 miles, 204,443 miles, 194,379 miles, and 232,224 miles. If necessary, our colleagues are here to speak to that from Janus.
I don't have any
I
questions
assume we're
on
gonna
it.
sell it and then reinvest
Yeah.
in the new.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 3, introducing for your review, approval, and signature on behalf of the County Clerk's Office, a contract with No Inc. LLC for $117,600 for services provided to the Clerk's Office in support of the County Clerk's voting system. This request is a contract that was reviewed by the county's procurement director, and if you approve, the clerk will move forward to getting it paid in this year's budget.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And last but not least, just an announcement, the annual lighting of the courthouse square will be held this coming Saturday, November 29th, starting with caroling inside the Government Center at 6 p.m. I want to extend a thank you to Building and Grounds, Steve Wood, and the sheriff for support of this. They've been working for some time to get this going, so it's coming this Saturday.
Very nice.
Do you need one of us to introduce there?
Yes, there is an opportunity if all three of you want to appear.
I always typically, I do it most of the time,
Yeah,
so
I've got
I have it
I'm
on,
gonna be out of town. so-
I have it on my schedule, so I'll be
Okay.
there.
Yeah. If I can make it, I'll show up too.
Okay.
That's it, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Sheriff?
I don't have anything for you guys today.
Okay,
Right, thank you.
thank you. Mr. Auditor,
Good afternoon.
the Honorable
afternoon.
Mr. Auditor.
I haven't called in months. Thank you.
Thought you'd like that better than other names they've been calling you.
Appreciate that. I have for your review, approval, and signature, the first one I have, not on the agenda, is the opioid settlement funding, reporting, and administrative service agreement with Baker Tilly.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I have for you, and this has come before you before, this is the 2026 GAP compilation service agreement with Baker Tilly. You had some issues with some language. The legal department was working with their legal department, and they've come to an agreement, and they've changed it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I have the monthly clerk's report.
So moved.
Second.
I have the treasurer's one.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Just want to make sure you didn't give me the hand again.
Have that paper.
Oh, that's the first report. There we go. Treasurer's monthly report.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Gotta get in that cadence again.
Health trust.
monthly expenditure report.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Payroll claims.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion
I want a
carries.
stamp.
And vendor claims.
This is nuts. So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to
Recess.
recess?
Oh,
Oh, wait, we have the bridge.
Oh,
Bridge, the bridge.
come on, Bridge, man, since you didn't take much time at the beginning of the meeting.
Thank you. We'd like to award the replacement of Bridge 125 to HIS Constructors, the amount of $957,102.99 as read.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thanks for everyone that bid
Thank
on
you.
that. It was very competitive.
Okay, now is there anything else before the backroom session? We will be taking a 5-minute break, and if any of you would like to join us in the back
We
room
need
for a
10
work
because you
session.
get 20 minutes worth of signing.
Yeah, you gotta. it's
Don't
gonna
pay
take 10
attention, or I'm the
minutes.
president. We'll take a 5-minute break. If we're not there, just wait on us. Anyway, in the back room if you'd like.